Hey there, welcome to LSAT Demon Daily. I'm Ben Olson. That's Nathan Fox. We're the founders of LSATdemon.com and our weekly podcast, Thinking LSAT. We have an email here from Ben S.
Hi, Ben and Nathan, short-time listener, but I've loved Demon Daily since I found it. I'm currently a first-year student at my state university, but with the 39 credits I completed in high school, I will finish this year with 70 credits, and I'm slated to graduate in December of 2026 rather than 2028. I have a 3.67 community college GPA. God damn it. That's disappointing. That sucks. Yeah, it's like my complaint here is high schools think they're doing people a favor by giving them all these AP credits.
But they're in high school. They don't know what the heck they're doing in the long run. And they don't know the consequences down the road. Yeah.
Right. 3.67 is like, okay, yeah, you're doing pretty well actually in those classes, but you're hurting your law school applications. If you want to go to the top tier law schools, 3.67 is actually hurting you. So these high schools that have such a heavy emphasis on AP credits, I don't know. It's like, yeah, I guess you're helping people graduate from college, which is one of your goals. But I think you're actually hurting some of your very best students who eventually have ambitions to go to graduate school. The schools don't do the math and realize like, oh shit, if you don't get A's, like those B pluses and A minuses they're not helping you go to law school.
Yeah.
They're actually hurting your law school chances, which is a bummer. Like, think about who Ben is. Ben is 19 years old.
Yeah.
And already has dinged his chances at the best law schools in the country. Like, irrevocably dinged his chances at the best law schools in the country because of well-meaning advanced placement classes in high school. There's a risk there. Anyway, taking 2 more classes this summer. I'll have a 3.71 if I receive an A in both classes. I have straight A's so far this semester. Smiley face. Good job, Ben. Currently, I spend 30 minutes a day drilling and feel confident with my start. For context, I completed a courthouse internship last summer, and I'm finalizing a law firm internship this summer. I plan on continuing drilling until December of 2025, when I will begin truly prepping for a few spring 2026 official LSAT attempts. After I take however many LSATs are needed to achieve my goals of 170 plus, I will then write my statements over the summer and apply for the 2027 school year. After graduation, I plan to backpack Europe or South America, then come back and start law school. Is there anything you would change in my plan? Is it too rushed, or do you think there's sufficient time? I'm shooting for a T20 or a T14, and I feel like I'm on track with what a junior would be doing, except I'm 18, not 20. No, I said 19. Ben's actually only 18.
Yeah.
I would love your thoughts or advice. Thank you, Ben.
Okay, so Ben is one of these individuals who plans far ahead. I don't have much of a problem with this plan other than, one, make sure that any LSAT prep you're doing is not interfering with those straight A's you have so far, or interfering with you taking extra classes to try to compensate for the low GPA that you already have.
Yeah.
Like, you may want to stack your credits higher, drop the LSAT, and just focus on getting A's in as many classes as you possibly can. The other thing I would keep in mind is that it sounds like you're doing something that a lot of planners do, and that is they say, okay, I'm going to drill until when? Until December of 2025. Okay, it's November of 2024. It's very possible that you are going to do excellent on the LSAT as you prepare and could be taking it early next or late next spring, or, in the summer. So because... And
if
just
you're
be
ready.
Just be open to the possibility that you might get ready before then. And how do you know that? Well, you don't just drill, you also do time sections. But I think your biggest thing right now is focusing on your GPA and trying to fix that.
Yeah. Yeah, and here's the ridiculous irony of this whole thing, right? Ben knows what he wants to do. Ben did a courthouse internship. Ben is finalizing a law firm internship this summer. Now, after working in the firm, you might change your plan. But
Yeah.
on the theory that you're already making progress toward law goals, and it seems pretty clear that law school is the right thing for you, and this is something that you really want to do, all these credits and your early graduation from undergrad, Ben and I are both going to say, well, if T14 is what you're really aiming at, your grades are too low for the T14. You're going to be a splitter in the T14. Like you've already, like I said earlier, you've already dinged your record in the eyes of the best law schools because of your mediocre grades that you got on these AP classes in high school. Like you're a sophomore, even a freshman, Ben. Freshmen in high school take AP classes.
Yeah.
Why? For what? And I get it if the goal is only to get people to graduate undergrad.
It's the rat race. Oh, well, my brother did AP classes sophomore year, so I'm going to fucking do them freshman year. Like, well, oh, okay, now that's better.
Yeah. Right. Well, it's only better if you're giving them A's in those classes.
Yeah.
If they're going to get A's, then okay, fine. I'll bless that. But I'm not like this. Getting A minuses and B pluses is actually hurting Ben, because what we're going to say, our advice, and if there's any high school career counselors out there or parents with high school kids, our advice to Ben is going to be, okay, so I understand that you're slated to graduate in December of 2026, but you probably should consider pushing that intentionally.
Yeah. Squeeze in more classes.
You should probably take more classes.
Do them over the summer. You should probably
just add a semester. Right. Do summer classes, winter term, if that's a thing. Add an extra semester at the end of your school. Take a bunch of easy classes so that you can stack up a bunch of A's or A pluses if they're available, so that you can work on rehabilitating this GPA.
You might say, well, that seems superficial and stupid, but at the same time, that's the problem with a system that is hugely dependent on the U.S. news and ranking system.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I mean, Ben is such an excellent applicant, but on the numbers, he's hurting the school's GPA profile, which hurts their rankings.
Yep. And
so best case, he gets his 175 and he's, going to raise their median LSAT. But Ben right now, and even if he improves all the way up to a 3.71 with straight A's all the way through December 2026, if he gets straight A's all the way, Ben, you're still going to be lowering the GPA profile of every school in the top 14. Yeah. Probably every school in the top 30.
Yeah.
You're, look at the 509 reports. Go to lsatdemon.com/scholarships. Click into the PDF 509 report that we have for every American Bar Association school, and you will see that 3.71 is not getting it done. I mean, they do admit some of those students, but the average student or the mid student, the median student at every single one of those schools is going to have higher than a 3.71.
Yeah. I'm going through them right now. You don't actually have to click into the 509. You can actually just click on the school itself in the estimator.
On the roll call, right.
And okay, so for example, North Carolina has a 3.78 and they're ranked 20th. But if you go up to Vanderbilt, which is 19th, their GPA, their median GPA is 3.89.
Yeah.
Let me just look at it.
It's like Ben's not even close. Even if he does take an extra semester. What's Wash U?
Wash U is 16th in the nation, and they are 3.95.
Right. So, I mean, and even if you go, you could probably scroll down further than that. I'm just going to pick at random here. 40th, George Washington, ranked 40th, has a 3.85 median GPA.
Yeah.
So all these high school AP classes are actually hurting if you're a high school and you want any of your students to become future big time lawyers, you should seriously rethink what you're doing with these AP classes, because they count on these kids' law school applications.
Yeah.
That ship already sailed for Ben. Ben's 18.
But he can
That's advice that's going to help your 14 or 15-year-old.
Yeah, he can still do a lot, though. He can take more classes. He can get straight A's from here on out.
He can get the very best LSAT he can. He can get straight A's from here on out. he could consider adding an extra semester, an extra year of undergrad. Maybe he can do that
hopefully
cheaply
through community college, something like that.
through a community college and get a whole bunch of A's or A pluses. Like pick a community college that offers A pluses.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, because you're gonna submit
For real.
multiple transcripts to the LSAC GPA calculator, and that can include your transcript that you're at the university you're at right now, and whatever university has A pluses. Yeah.
Pick a community college that offers A pluses and has like a criminal justice concentration. Go take, or any legal focused anything. Maybe a paralegal program. I don't know. There's a lot of things that you could do. Get A pluses.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you apply, I mean, you're still probably not going to get up to a 3.9 though, no matter what you do. I think you're like, it's too hard to raise your GP. Maybe A pluses could do it.
Yeah. I mean,
if you really wanted to play the game, go get,
yeah.
All right, go get a bunch of A pluses, and maybe you could rehabilitate your GPA to actually have a top 14 GPA. Then you also could write an addendum to say, hey, my last 3 years, my GPA is a 4.2.
Yeah. That makes me think about online community colleges.
Yeah.
You don't have to pick a community college locally. Just find any school that will give you a transcript.
Maybe our listeners could help us out. If you know of a school, especially an online school, that offers A pluses, that you think someone like Ben could take some classes and rehabilitate his GPA by getting A pluses in an online, accredited school. Like I'm not looking for a shady diploma mill or whatever, like a real school, but they offer A pluses.
Yep.
And especially online, because then it's available to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Would you please email us? We are daily@lsatdemon.com, and we would love to let Ben know and spread the word, because I have a feeling there are a ton of kids who are in this exact position.
Yeah. Include the cost per credit.
Sure. Yeah, because that's important. Yeah. Like he needs to cheaply get a bunch of A pluses.
Mm-hmm.
And is it stupid that we're playing this game? Yeah. But it's also stupid that these high schools, well-meaning high schools, are actually undermining their future lawyers. Email daily@lsatdemon.com if you'd like to ask us a question or share some LSAT or law school admissions news. Thanks for listening.